You know what it is. You know who it is. What's up? What's going on, family? It's your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother, Dr. Eddie, and I need some big energy. Come on, drop some fire emojis in the chat. You know, if you're happy and you know it, clap your emoji hands. Come on. If you're happy and you know it, clap your emoji hands. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. That's for sure. Let's go. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, you are in the mix at not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but at six. And you know, I'm just here to give you your in the mix fix. And that's what it is. I need you to let me know where you're watching from. Come on, drop your city in the chat. As a matter of fact, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. You're watching me on the digital airwaves of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. And we don't stop all the way over to the YouTube side. Come on, like, comment, share, subscribe. As you're tuning in, you know what it is. Oh, your timeline could be someone's lifeline. That's right. I need you to help a brother out. But help me to get the message out. Help a brother out. Let's get the message out. Timeline could be someone's lifeline. You're here because you care, so I need you to make sure that you share. Come on, share if you care. And y'all know my goal is to help you reach yours. My desire is to inspire. My assignment is to put you in alignment. My job is to empower you to identify your identity. And as a result of that, I need you to make sure that you join the Eagles Academy. Listen, collaboration and community is the new currency. Let me say it twice because it's also nice. Collaboration and community is the new currency. And so currently, what we are doing in our amazing academy, community, is that we're empowering people to soar into success and purpose. Maximizing your mindset, skill set, tool set. But also, we can't leave out your heart set. Mindset is nothing without heart set. Skill set is nothing without heart set. Tool set is nothing without heart set. You can't be an asset without your heart set. Heart set is about healing. Heart set is about loving people through what they go through. Heart set is about having compassion, consideration, and care. Yes, for the least, the last, the lost, the left out, the overlooked, the underserved, and the underrepresented. You want to be a part of an amazing academy where, listen, you've had enough information. What's going to separate you from where everybody else is doing is going to separate you to be a trendsetter and a trailblazer is implementation. So let me give you the implementation. Let me coach you, teach you, train you, mentor you, advise you, grow your greatness. And you can do that in our collaborative community, which is the new currency. Go ahead to theeaglesacademy.com. Yeah, right there, theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Empowering you to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. Listen, we're in the mix at 6. We need you to share this with at least 6 people. Since we're in the mix at 6, share this with at least 6. Yeah, share this with at least 6 people. Tag, tweet, tell, text, at least 6. Y'all keep showing up and y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. You can believe that. Are you ready to go tonight? Are you ready tonight? If you're ready, just type let's go. Come on, if you're ready tonight, type let's go. Let's go. Let's grow. We are in a serious series. We're in a serious series called World War Me. And we're in part 4 of World War Me. And we're talking about tonight weapons of mass distraction. Look at that. Graphics look so beautiful, don't you agree? And no, I'm not talking about me. We're in the tenor of tonight's topic, World War Me, part 4. Weapons, not of mass destruction, but weapons of mass distraction. We're going to make it make sense. But I got to take that and rewind it back. I got to give you a little recap. And if you missed parts 3, 2, much less 1, I need to make sure that you catch up. Come on, bruh. Come on, sis. Make sure that you catch up. Come on, catch up, Mustard. Yeah, I want you to catch up. And reason I say that is because when you think about it, as I was talking about, confusion, it cripples you. And here's what clarity does. Clarity liberates you. Confusion cripples you. Clarity liberates you. Clarity comes through the power of your identity. It's knowledge of self. Is knowing who you are as how God has fashioned you, is knowing who you are in Christ. In the midst of the crisis of what it is that you are going through. All of that gives you a unique perspective. And one thing, as I mentioned before, your mentality and your identity are interconnected. How you think about yourself will dictate how you live your life. Listen to me. If you're indecisive, if you're unclear about what you want out of life, somebody's going to decide what you get out of life. And generally, it's going to be what you don't want. But how do you know what you don't want if you don't know what you do want? Are you confused yet? So is the person who doesn't know what they want. And hear me, when you come into the knowledge and the awareness of yourself, no one can stop you being you. No one can stop you from being uniquely you. And here are some questions that I posed to you in the last few days, the last few sessions that I really want you to get a grasp on and not just let it go in one ear and out the other, but actually begin to answer. What are the gifts that I'm carrying? What are the gifts that you are carrying? What problems were you created to solve? See, if you don't realize and recognize that you were created to solve problems, guess what you're going to do? You're going to cause problems. What gifts are you carrying? What problems are you created to solve? What is your talent? What is your particular treasure? And then also, what are you doing with it? or what do you intend to do with it? Right? We have to close the gap on what we want and what we're not doing. And as a result, why do we want what we're not doing? Why do we want what we're not putting ourselves in position and proximity to receive? Got to close the gap on that. So let's jump in it tonight. Let's jump in tonight. No, no, no. We ain't shallow in. We jumping into the deep end. If you're ready, type ready. Shall I proceed? I hope you'll say yes, indeed. If you're ready, type ready. World War Me, part 4. You know I got more. One thing is this, the key of identity, it builds consistency to unlock new doors of opportunity. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Builds consistency to unlock new doors of opportunity. And yesterday, I asked you a powerful, pertinent, and poignant question, such as, what brings you the most fulfillment in life? Yeah, what brings you the most fulfillment in life? Simply because when it comes to purpose, when it comes to identity, you have to ask yourself the question, what can I do that no one else can do like me? Yeah. And a lot of times we don't even want to answer that question because we say, well, somebody's doing the same thing as me. I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you, what is somebody doing that you're doing? I asked you, what can you do that no one else can do like you? There's 8 billion people on this planet. There's going to be some overlap. You don't have a monopoly on speaking. You don't have a monopoly on teaching. You don't have a monopoly on litigating. You don't have a monopoly on anything else that you can think of. I didn't ask you what somebody does that you do. I asked you, what can you do that no one else can do like you? And it doesn't matter if they do what you do, because nobody can do what you do when you do what you do. Are you with me? Please forgive me for my brash delivery. Sorry, not sorry. Told you, been in a few sessions prior to the tragic death of Dr. Miles Monroe, and he said this: vision is purpose in pictures. And that's the question that you got to answer. What is the picture that you have of your purpose? What's the picture that you have of your purpose to find victory in your vision, to walk by faith into your future with implementation, with strategies, with ideas, with impact, with influence? Why? Because you're not just living for yourself. You're living because you have a purpose, right? And when you walk in your purpose, you never feel worthless. When you walk in your purpose, you understand that it's about just more than just you. It's about the impact that you have on the lives of other people. And what you have to do in order to do that, you got to accept the invitation to dig deep. And here it is. When you dig deep into the beauty of who it is that you are, when you dig deep into the greatness of who it is that you are, when you dig deep into the resources of your soul, looking at that treasure that's on the inside of you, yeah, then guess what you'll be able to do? You'll be able to access your imagination. You'll be able to access your innovation. You'll be able to move into a place of implementation. Why? Because a job is what you're paid for, but your calling and your purpose is what you're made for. Knowing your identity, having clarity does this. It gives you greater peace, gives you greater purpose, gives you greater profit. Why? Because you're in a greater place of productivity. And a lot of us, yes, we're busy, but we're not productive. In a hurry, going nowhere, hustling backwards. Busy, but not productive at all. Not productive simply because we're procrastinating on our purpose. We're slacking versus seizing our moment, seizing our season. Told you this yesterday. I said, you're never gonna get another MLK, never gonna get another Whitney Houston, never gonna get another Michael Jordan, never gonna get another Rosa Parks, never gonna get another Ruby Bridges. I'm so honored to be speaking on the platform with her in New Orleans in a couple months. The one and only Ruby Bridges, integrated, segregated schools as a little girl. I believe she's only 6 years of age. Hear me. Those type of individual names, God doesn't create duplicates. Think about yourself. Put yourself in that same sphere, in that same space. Not going to get another one. God doesn't create duplicates. He's an originator. So as a result of it, he only creates originals. Think about this, that you really are an amazing phenomenon. Matter of fact, shout out to all the phenomenal women on this International Women's Day. Can't forget that. Phenomenal woman, as Maya Angelou would call you. Woman wonderfully orchestrating magnanimous achievements naturally. Can we put the book cover up there? Can we put the book cover up there? Yes. Woman, this came out a few years ago and it was released on International Women's Day, which is March 8th of every single year. Wonderfully orchestrating magnanimous achievements naturally, turning wounds into wisdom. I encourage you to get that book. It's a book for all of our women, all of the queens, and then also for the men who love them. That's right. That's right. And of course, got to shout out the queen who birthed me, my dear mama, Dr. Janice Connor. That's right. The queen in pink. She does it so wonderfully, don't you think? I know I do. So yes, got to recognize how phenomenal you are and that you are a phenomenon. Why? Because there's never been another you. You're the only you that's ever been. And there will never be another you after you. Come on. God is too magnanimous. He's too splendiferous. He's too creative. He's too imaginative to reduplicate himself. So he's only making one of you. And it's important that you be you. You got to affirm yourself and say, I'm one of one. Somebody just type that. Type, I'm one of one. You one of one. You're the only one. Yeah. One of one. The only one. Got to be nobody else. World War Me is about the battlefield of the mind internally. Because here's the thing, the world wants to make your mind warped. And here it is. Whenever your mind is warped, you always go to war against yourself. A mind that is warped will always go to war on itself and will always turn on itself. And if the enemy can play mind games and mind tricks on you to make you not accept you, to make you not love you, to make you not believe that you have a purpose, to make you not think that you are special and that you are significant and that you are sagacious and that you have strength, then here it is. You're already defeated before the battle has even been fought. Because here it is. You're fighting yourself. World War Me, the battlefield of the mind internally is about your willingness to embrace your true identity. When you know who you are, can't nobody get you off your square. I've been an educator for umpteen years. Listen, I walk down in the hallways of whether it's high school or whether it's in the hallways and college campuses. A lot of times people thinking I'm a student. It's cool. Black don't crack, brown won't let you down, beige don't age, tan got a plan, lighter do you right. Telling somebody the other day, said, listen, they were trying to figure out my age. They said, black don't crack unless you use it. Black don't crack, but it will swell. All is well. You know, sometimes even being a college professor, the security staff they've nicknamed me the kid professor. I'm not kidding you. Like, hey, calling up to security. My door's locked. The key's not working. Whatever the case may be. No lights on. Can you open my door for me? Walking down the hall, coming to see about me. Say, oh, it was you who was on the phone, the kid professor. It's cool. I'm with it. I rock with it. But I remember telling some of my students sometime, they were like, you know, such and such said this about me. Such and such called me this name. And it's always a person who responds or replies or tries to go back at the person who is the one who gets in trouble, who's the one who gets caught. It's never the perpetrator. It's always the one who responds to the perpetrator. So I remember telling a kid one day, I said, listen, whatever they called you, is that your name? Like, no, it ain't my name. I said, well, bet. You only are what you answer to. Come on. Don't matter what people call you. Don't matter what people say about you. It is about what you answer to. And here's the thing, what you got to answer to more than anything, beyond what anybody says about you, you got to answer the call that's on your life. Listen, you can when a fool responds to a fool, it's hard to tell who's who. And you got to get to a place in your life to where you say, listen, I'm standing on business. I'm walking on business. I'm walking by faith with my business. So much so that I'd rather fail at being me than succeed at being you. And here's the thing, on the deeper level, you'll never fail by being yourself. Got to get to a place in your life at any particular moment that you're able to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. See, the thing is, we all have in our mind what it is that we want, but we don't necessarily put into our mind what we're willing to give up to get there. It's not about what you want in life. It's about what you're willing to give up to get what it is that you desire to receive and obtain. That's why I say somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the question. How much longer will you make them wait? How will you win the war internally? And I need you to know tonight, need you to know, I'm coming around the mountain. Here I come. I'm revving up. We have liftoff. The greatest battle, I need you to understand this. When we're talking about World War Me, when we're talking about World War Me, part 1, 2, 3, 4, today, giving you more. You got to understand this. The greatest battle was not the American Revolution. The greatest battle was not the American Revolutionary War. It wasn't just the Vietnam War. It wasn't the Civil War. It wasn't the Korean War. It wasn't Israel and Hamas that's going on right now. It wasn't the Nigerian Civil War, the Rwandan genocide. It wasn't necessarily the war on terror or even the atomic bomb of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. When you think of World War One and World War Two, all of these wars, even the ones that I've mentioned, have all been atrocities against humanity. We can't disregard that. Indeed, in fact, when it is that our world is in many cases teetering on the impending World War III, rumblings of that, wars and rumors of wars. Realize this. No, you may never serve in the Navy. No, you may never serve in the military. You may never be a colonel. You may never be a cadet. You may never be a private, but in many cases, you may be fighting private battles. But here's the thing, one of the greatest battles you and I will ever face is World War Me. And here it is, it's the artillery that is being used as weapons of mass distraction. What did that song Jesus Walk say? We are war. We are war with terrorism, racism, but most of all, we are war with ourselves. Interesting. We are at war with ourselves between who I am, who I've been, and who I desire to become. Paul said, when I would do good, evil is present. There's a law warring against my mind, right? War. Huh. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. That's a throwback right there. One thing about it, two things for sure, three things for certain, is that here it is. You have to overcome weapons of mass distraction. Why do I say that? Simply because everything in this world is designed to divert. Everything in this world is designed to sift. Everything in this world is designed to shift your attention. Oh, hear me. You and I, we both heard of weapons of mass destruction, whether that be nuclear, chemical, biological, radiological weapons. These are the type of weapons that are intended to kill, injure large numbers of people. There's also a weapon, John 10:10. Thief cometh not but for to steal, kill, destroy. Weapons of mass distraction. Jesus said, I come that you might have life, have it more abundantly. When you talk about weapons of mass distraction, you got to hear me on this. Somebody just type the word focus. Come on, type the word focus. Opposite of distraction is focus. And hear me, focus is the key that unlocks big doors of opportunity. There's always going to be some distractions that want to come against your mind. There's always going to be some negative thoughts. There's always going to be some negative people that try to push you off the track of your purpose. Why? Because here it is. There's a big opportunity that's in store for you. But if I can get you to be distracted on what's not working for you, if I can get you to be distracted on what is not connected to your purpose and your promise and your possibility and your potential, now guess what? Now it thwarts, it diverts, it disconnects you from the door of destiny. I'm speaking over somebody's life tonight that no distractions formed against you shall prosper. Yeah. No distraction of depression. No distraction of gaslighting. No distraction of narcissism. No distraction of thinking less than. No distraction of limited beliefs. No distraction of stinking thinking. No distraction of thinking about all the reasons why it won't work. No distraction of thinking about your finances more than you have faith for your future. No distractions formed against you shall prosper. Here it is. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And don't you think that even a weapon is not necessarily an AR-15? Weapon ain't necessarily a Draco. Hello, somebody. Weapon ain't necessarily a carrying that Nina. 9mm. Weapon isn't necessarily just a hater. Here's what a weapon is. A weapon in many cases is a distraction. That which comes to divert a renewed mindset. Yeah. You got to keep focusing on your vision. You got to keep focusing on, here it is, where you're going, not what or who that you left behind. And that's the problem. Too many times we're focused on what we left behind. Too many times we're focused on who we left behind. Here it is. It clouds our mind when in many cases we need to change our mind. Somebody just type distraction leads to destruction. Yeah. Distraction leads to destruction. What do I mean by that? Researchers indicate this. Number one, as I've been telling you, 75% of our thoughts each and every single hour of the day are negative. One neurologist said this: to combat the negative stinking thinking, if you can just think, whenever a thought comes negative to you, if you can just think for 12 seconds on that which is positive, it will shift your mindset. I like that number 12. Why? Because the number 12, somebody just typed the number 12. Somebody just typed 12. Neuropsychologist, neurologist, one of the two, said that whenever a negative thought comes to your head, if you can take the time to think for just 12 seconds on something that is positive, if you can meditate, if you can maximize the positive and minimize the negative just for 12 seconds, it can change the course of the thought, much less the course of your day. I love the number 12. Why do I love the number 12? Because it reminds me of Romans 12. Yeah. There's your secret sauce. I got the keys. There's your major key alert moment. There's your strategy. There's your system. System is what? Saving you time, energy, money. Romans 12, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed. I feel my help coming on in here. By the renewing of your mind. Here it is. When I'm transformed by the renewing of my mind, I can say bye-bye. Bye to the negative thought. Bye to the limited belief. Bye to the stinking thinking. Bye to what's in the past that didn't work. Bye. So long, bye-bye. While I'm saying bye-bye and waving bye-bye, I'm saying hello to my future at the same time. And as I'm waving, I'm claiming. As I'm waving, I'm reclaiming. As I'm waving, I'm proclaiming. As I'm waving, I'm transforming. Distraction leads to destruction. Come on, when that negative thought comes to you, I want you to remember, listen, next 12 seconds, I'm thinking about Romans 12. We gonna be all right. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gonna be all right. Let me get back to it. Research says this. We spend, here it is, 2.1 hours of our day, each and every single day, being distracted. 2.1 hours of our day is laced in distraction. Whether that's your phone, whether that's you just being on the shade room. Now you throwing shade. Right? Whether that is you procrastinating on your purpose. Wait until you feel like doing it to get it done. Sometimes the greatest blessing is in doing what you don't feel like doing. Whether that is you binge watching everything when you know you need to be working. We spend 2.1 hours of our day in distraction. And here's what it does. How do I get out of distraction into implementation? Here's what it takes. They say it takes 21 minutes to refocus after that when you have been distracted. 2.1 hours of your day is in distraction. And it takes 21 minutes after you've been distracted to now get your mind focused after you've been distracted. And here's the thing. Hate to burst your bubble, but some of us have been in trouble. For some of us, our phone is costing us our fortune because here it is. We use it as a toy, but not as a tool. We text, but we don't read personal development text. Yeah. For some of us, our phone is costing us our focus. For some of us, our phone is costing us our focus and our fortune because you thinking that the phone is Toys R Us. Rather, the phone should be showcasing the tools in us. Yeah, your phone ain't Toys R Us. Phone should be used as a methodology to showcase the tools in us. Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma. He specializes as an author and much as a speaker, talking about the 5 a.m. club. The 5 a.m. club is about those who get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and they seize their day. Whether it's getting a workout in, whether it's praying, whether it's reading something, they're getting ahead of everybody else simply because they're seizing their day. Robin Sharma talks a lot about the 5 a.m. club and really how to seize the opportunity to do more with your 24. somebody just type more in 24. And I'm not just talking about more in the year of 2024, more in your 24 hours. Hear me, your 2024, as I've said this before, your 2024, as I've said before, will be based on how you use your 24. What am I talking about? Your 24 hours. The success or failure of your 2024 boils down to how do you use your 24 hours. Robin Sharma talks about the 90-91 rule. 90, somebody type that. 90, 90, 1. Yeah, put some slashes in between. 90/90/1. Boom. For the next 90 days, this is what Robin Sharma suggests. For the next 90 days, he suggests that you spend the first 90 minutes of your day on the single most important opportunity to move the needle forward in your industry. For the next 90 days, take the first 90 minutes of your day and spend your time for 90 minutes on the single most important thing that's going to move the needle forward in your industry. Well, I got a job. I already got a job. I already got to work. I'm just barely getting up in enough time just to go to the job. Well, that means you got to get up earlier. Or here it is, after job, got to stay a little later. It's more advantageous as you wake up with the energy to work your dream until your dream becomes your work. Not only have people said there's not enough hours in the day, I've said it. Yeah. And you know why we say it's not enough hours in the day? Because of prioritization. Want to be more productive? Prioritize more. Come on. Work your dream like your job until your dream becomes your job. Next 90 days, I challenge you. I challenge you. I challenge you. Who's going to accept the challenge? Somebody just type I accept. If you're going to accept the challenge, type I accept. Listen, if you don't come here if you don't want no strategies when you come here to grow your greatness, this ain't the place for you. We giving people strategies to actually employ themselves. Do you hear what I just said? Work your dream like your job until your dream becomes your job. I'm giving you strategies to employ to ultimately employ yourself. 90, 91. Next 90 minutes, next 90 days, focus on the first 90 minutes of your day on the one thing that's going to shift the needle in your industry. Okay, you're a writer. I want you to write for those 90 minutes in that morning. You want to develop as a communicator. Once you practice on your communication for those 90 minutes that morning. Whatever it is that is in your industry, you studying for an exam. I want you to take the time to focus on putting your hand to the plow and not looking back and making it do what it do. Why is that? Because according to researchers, they say it takes 21 days to form a habit. Much research in the last few years has indicated that's a fallacy. Has a little credibility, but not really that much. Beyond the 21 days that it takes, actually, 66 days is the number. Why is it 66 days? Because 66 days moves you into a place of what they call the power of neuroplasticity. What is the power of neuroplasticity? This is the power to where your brain begins to adapt to what it is that you are doing in your routine, to where now you move from neuroplasticity to automaticity. So it becomes so automatic simply because you've made it a habit. Why is it so hard for you to break certain habits? Because you've made it automatic. Yeah. Certain habits have been so hard to break because you didn't even realize it. That for more than 66 days beyond 21, you form certain habits, whether it's night biting your nails, whether it is smoking, come on, whether it is cussing and fussing, whether it is stinking thinking, whether it is telling yourself what you can't do, and as a result of what you telling yourself what you can't do, you never do what you tell yourself that you can't do. Yeah. So here it is. When you get into the 90-91 rule, when you get to the 90 days of doing that same thing, of getting up in the morning, focusing on the one thing that's going to move the needle in your particular industry. Now it's hardened and it's solidified because you've already passed the 21 days. But in many cases, you can always break a routine in 21 days, better, more so than you can break it in 66, much less 90 days. You're going to have to get to the point to where, here it is, the good habit becomes automatic. The good habit replaces the bad one. Yeah. Got to get to the point to where it becomes automatic, to where your success and your creativity is heightened, to where now your mindset is on autopilot. Automaticity, autopilot for success, autopilot for my purpose, autopilot for the work of what it is that I need to do. Why? Simply because you have accepted the challenge to change. Listen, last year, I believe it was last year. Yeah, last year. Went to see Chris Rock in his first comedy special after the infamous Will Smith slap. Lord have mercy. Yeah, went to see Chris Rock. First stand-up appearance, comedy special, after him being slapped by Will Smith. Yeah, Independence Day, Will Smith. Bad Boys 4, coming in 2024. Summer of 2024. Will Smith. Very, very funny stand-up special, I must say. I think it was funnier than the Netflix The one that was shown on Netflix wasn't the one that I saw. The one that I saw was funnier. I digress. One thing that Chris Rock mentioned at the comedy special, he mentioned something that I still have not forgotten. And he said that the greatest addiction is attention. Yeah. He said, within America and the larger part of the world, our greatest addiction is not opioids. Our greatest addiction is not gambling. Our greatest addiction is attention. He said, we used to want love. Now we want likes. Sad truth, sad reality. We used to want love. Now we want likes. And it don't matter how much love you get. If you ain't getting the likes, don't even seem to matter. In a relationship with somebody, they loving on you, but you got a gripe because you told them you ain't like my post. Now you gonna go ghost. Come on. Of course, he talked about the Will Smith slap. He said this. He said, yeah, it hurt. Yeah, when he slapped me, he said, yeah, it hurt. But this is what I did. I got off my back and stood on my feet and went to work the next day. Here's the thing for many of us. We have an addiction to attention, and as a result, the attention becomes a weapon of mass distraction. As a result of it, many of us have gone AWOL. Life has knocked us down. Life, in many cases, has caused us to think about our own mindset and feeling limited and less positive about what it is that we are. Many of us have gone AWOL. What do I mean by AWOL? Absent without leave. We've gone AWOL when it comes to showing up in our purpose. We've gone AWOL when it comes to being all that we were created to be. We've gone AWOL when it comes to walking in the power of our identity. We've gone AWOL when it comes to doing what God created, called, crafted us to do. We've gone AWOL because we make more excuses than we do execute. Got to get the excuses off the table. Talking about why it won't work. Hear me. If you work it, it's going to work. First, you don't succeed. Dust yourself off and try again. Come on. Got to brush your shoulders off. Got to keep on keeping on. Don't work that time. Keep on going. Thomas Edison, who is in many cases categorized and engrafted as the one who is the inventor of the light bulb, when in many cases it probably was Lewis Latimer, who created the filament. Taking the patent. That's for another conversation. But he said this, Thomas Edison did. I didn't fail 10,000 times. In many cases, trying to create the light bulb. 10,000 times it didn't go right. He said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I just found out 10,000 ways that didn't work. And each one that didn't work got me closer to the answer and the solution to the problem. Many of us, we quit too quickly. Come on, somebody just type quit quitting. We quit too quickly. We give up too fast. We get soft in our mind. We think that somebody owes us something. We feel entitled. Come on. And as a result, well, it's not working out this time. I'm going to just go AWOL. I'm not going to even show up for me. But you want people to show up for you, and you won't even show up for you. Rather than reporting for active duty, assuming responsibility for our lives and what we've been called to do, this is what we do. We become MIA. MIA, missing in action. Rather than, here it is, putting our mission in action. We're missing in action rather than putting our mission in action. And here's the thing. This is what we're doing. We're waiting for permission to move in our mission. Why are you waiting for folks to give you permission? Why are you waiting for somebody to validate your vision and co-sign on your calling as if you're a car? You better put your dream in drive. You better get out of reverse. You better stop putting your purpose in park. Come on. Why are you waiting for people to give you permission to be who that you were, to be who you were created to be? Why are you waiting for people to give you permission to be intelligent? Why are you waiting for people to give you permission to be significant and successful? Why are you waiting for permission from people who will never ever give you no permission? Right? Because these same type of people don't see that a win for you is a win for them too. They think a win for you is an L for them too. Listen, you know you're around the wrong people if they see your win as their loss. Whoever you intimidate, you will aggravate. Whoever you intimidate, you will eliminate. If you call yourself having a circle and those people in your circle don't support you, hate to break it to you, you don't have a circle, you have a cage. Yeah, you need to free yourself. You need to give God the pen, let him write a new chapter, turn the page. Stop missing in action and begin to put your mission in action. Write the vision, make it plain, Habakkuk 2 and 2, make it PLAIN to where now, here it is, it becomes a PLANE. I'm able to soar on wings as an eagle. I'm able to take flight day or night. Where are my eagles at? Come on, drop some eagle emojis in the chat. Drop some eagle emojis in the chat. Come on. You want to be a part of the amazing Eagles Academy. Hear me. Collaboration and community is the new currency. You've had a plethora of information. Let me give you some implementation. Let me give you the strategies, the structure, and the solutions to take your vision to another dimension. Hear me. You don't just go as far as your dream. You go as far as your team. You don't just soar as high as your dream. You soar as high as your team. Your success will not be in a silo. You got to get around other people who want to see you go, who want to see you grow to the next level, to the next dimension. Come on, go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. There's some of you who I'm talking to right now. They say, listen, this is the year that I need to grow my greatness. I need to maximize my 24 hours in 2024 because my 2024 is going to be based on how I use my 24 hours. I need to get the strategies, the structure, the solutions, and the systems to take my life to another dimension. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Yeah, go to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. That's right. I'm talking to you. Come on. It's time to maximize your mindset. It's time to heal your heart set. It's time to sharpen your skill set. It's time to get the tools to build your tool set. It's time to be an asset in any industry and in every environment. Come on, this is the time to grow in our emotional intelligence. It's time to grow in our relational intelligence. Time to grow in our spiritual intelligence and our transformative intelligence. It's time to increase our ideas, our impact, and our influence. And you can do it right now in our amazing Eagles Academy community. Yes, I'm talking to you on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop all the way over to the YouTube side. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. I know this is good for somebody. Come on. Somebody like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yes, it is. That's the one. Yep. TheEaglesAcademy.com. That's the one. Yes. I've got more time. I've got more truth than I have time. It's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. I can't talk about World War Me without dealing with the war internally. And in many cases, I've said before, oftentimes the greatest enemy is the inner me. Simply because you have tried to stop yourself from getting to the next level because you've been standing your own way with your habits, with your thought processes, with who you have surrounded yourself with not taking advantage of the greatness that you have that's on the inside of you, or the resources that you do have. You're looking at everybody else, and in many cases, how they're thriving. And now you're getting down on yourself simply because you feel as if you're just scratching and surviving. This is the time. This is the time. If you can just get over you, new doors of opportunity gonna open for you. If you can get over what you think you don't have simply because you're comparing yourself to everybody else. So I told you, listen, nobody can stop you. Nobody can beat you being you. Nobody can stop you unless you allow them to. You got to get out of your own way. You got to recognize this. Listen, I'm not just a conqueror. I'm more than a conqueror. I got a gift that's on the inside of me. And the reason here it is that I've been a gifted. And since I've been gifted, sometimes I'm going to be afflicted. Trying of your faith, work of patience, patience, experience, hope. You being afflicted should not make you conflicted. What you got the conflict in your own mind. You're conflicting against your own self. When in many cases, you need to be a resource for yourself. As long as you're connected to the source, you will have the resources. Stop seeing people as your source. Stop seeing valuable items as your source. Stop seeing commodities as your source and tap into your identity to be a resource. And hear me, you can never be a resource to anybody else until you're first a resource to yourself. What is it to be leading while you're bleeding? What does it mean to be helping other people while you're hurting and you're hemorrhaging? Can't fight what you won't face. Can't address the mess that you won't confess. Gotta have a vision for your life. Gotta have a vision for your future. There it is, 2020 vision. Gotta see beyond what you see so that you can transform your reality. World is waiting on you to show up. World is waiting on you to grow up into your greatness. World is waiting for you to access your identity, moving into the power of your personal development. You being uniquely you. With all of your idiosyncrasies, with all of your quirks, with the way that your voice tone may sound, whether it's high, whether it's low to the flow, whether somewhere in the middle. Many times we're caught in the middle of who it is that we are, much less we're fighting for what we should become. And here it is. We have all these reservations of what won't work, have all these reservations of maybe I should do what so and so did. We have all these reservations about us competing versus collaborating with the identity of the purpose of what it is that God gave us. Come on, it's your time to come out of hiding. It's your time to come out of whining and crying. It's your time to come out of the wavering. Somebody just type be bold. Come on, type be bold. Be bold and post about your business. And don't focus on the likes. Don't focus on the metrics. Focus on the movement. Be bold and develop your mindset, your heart set, your skill set, your tool set. Be bold by stepping out on faith to do something different, to get something different. Nothing changes nothing changes if nothing changes. Let me say it again. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Be bold enough to be bold enough. Be strong and of a good courage. Do you understand this? That even in the word discourage is the word courage? Stop allowing yourself to be dissed. Stop allowing your courage to be dissed by discouragement. Even if you look at the word depression, you rearrange the letters in depression. It's I pressed on. I never was the best reader in school, so I always read the word impossible. I put an apostrophe between the I and the M and read it as I'm possible. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. All things are possible to him or her that believes. Come on, you may be crying, but believe. May look like it's not going to work, but believe. Things may be out of joint, but believe. Heart may be hurting, but believe. Mind may be confused and confounded and conflicted, but believe. Come on, because here it is. All of this is a compilation of your testimony. What is the testimony? The testimony is how you persevered through adversity. Testimony is that you didn't allow adversity to go through you. You went through it. No, don't let no sickness go through you. You go through it. Don't let suffering and silence go through you. You go through it. Don't quit. Do it. Come on, come on. You don't believe me, so let me bring in Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke will tell you, don't stop, get it, get it. Come on. Time to get it. Time to go. Time to grow in the power of your greatness. Got to overcome those weapons of mass distraction. Got to overcome those things that want to distract you, that want to stop you, that want to stifle you. Got to overcome those self-esteem snipers, those mental missiles. Hear me. Chains are no longer metal. Now they're mental. The landmines in your mind being a minefield. And here's what you got to do. You got to break through. if you're going to win on the battlefield. It's time for you. It's time for you to wage war and win the war from within. Time for you to win that war from within. What am I talking about? When trauma and trials and triggers seek to torpedo your truth. When you're grappling with grenades of gaslighting. When here it is, you're beguiled by chemical and guerrilla warfare. When it is that you've been missing in action, it's time for you to show up for you. Somebody just type, I'm showing up. I'm showing up. Come on, you can't show up until you first grow up. Got to grow up in my mind. Just because you're well developed physically doesn't mean you're well developed mentally. I got to stop missing in action, and I got to put my mission in action. Come on, type, I'm showing up. I'm showing up for me. I'm showing up for the purpose that God gave me. I'm showing up. And whenever I decide to grow up, I'll show up. And when I show up, I can go up. Cross them enemy lines in your mind. Because here it is. You lose by friendly fire. What is friendly fire? Friendly fire is when you exact personal injury on yourself. Yeah. When you shoot yourself in the foot. When you keep telling yourself it's not going to work. You know what's friendly fire? Stinking thinking is friendly fire. Internalizing people's opinions that become your prison, friendly fire. Why? Because now it causes you to become an enemy in your own mind against your own mind. Stop allowing the enemy to ambush your anointing. How do I stop it? I stop it with using God's word, which is my artillery. To here it is, fight the good fight of faith. We're almost out of time, but you know I'm not out of truth. Should we do part 5? Somebody put up an emoji 5 hand. Somebody write the number 5. Somebody tell me part 5. If you know, we need part 5. Part 5. You're going to win from within. You're going to overcome the weapons of mass distraction that are trying to push you into a place of destruction. I got 5 on it. Part 5. Keeping your mind alive. That's what we're going to do. Part 5. Listen, we only go to a certain place of depth in here, but you want to go even farther, deeper, wider, more expansive, simply by becoming a member of my amazing Eagles Academy community. Talk tonight about growing your greatness. Talk tonight about the missiles against your mindset. Talk tonight, many cases, about the self-esteem snipers. Only way to overcome all of that and thwart what tries to distort and distract you against your destiny is this. You got to have strategies, structure, solutions, and systems to take your mindset to another dimension. Life is multifaceted. Life is multi-layered. We have multi-disciplines. We have multi-dimensional abilities. We have multiple intelligences. Life is multi-layered. Life is multifaceted. You're not one dimensional. Life is not one dimensional. It's multi-dimensional. We got to attack it from different fronts. From the relationship end, from the purpose end, from the gifts end, from the emotional intelligence end, from the business end. Come on. We're covering it from end to end in our amazing Eagles Academy. It's not the end for you, it's the beginning. You can create a new beginning, especially with people who want to see you win, people who want to embrace you, people who really are geared on growing their greatness. Join us. Yeah, go right now. Join us in our Eagles Academy. Yeah, come on. Come on. Join us in our Eagles Academy. Go there right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Time to strengthen your relational intelligence. Time to strengthen your emotional intelligence, your spiritual intelligence, your transformative intelligence. Time to, in many cases, maximize your mindset. Hone in on your heart set. Sharpen your skill set. Build your tool set. Why? So that you can be an asset in any environment. Want to be a better leader? Got to lead yourself better. Hear me. Stuff will not get better around you until it first gets better within you. Winning from within has no end. It's time to navigate the marketplace mandate that you have. It's time to develop your communication confidently. All of the soft skills that in many cases are going to be able to offset the hard things that are in life. As I said before, community, collaboration and community is the new currency. So I need you currently. Yeah. Go there right now. Join us. I can't wait to transform your mindset, your skill set, your heart set, your tool set, all in our amazing environment of the Eagles Academy. Hear me. If you spread your wings, I guarantee that you're going to win over and over and over again. I got a number of different other resources that are out there for you. If you go to theeaglesacademy.com/store, you'll see that I have a free ebook called More in 2024. How to become more and make it your best year yet. Getting more, the prerequisite for getting more is becoming more. Getting more is a byproduct of becoming more. And so that's what we have to do. We have to become more. We have to become what it is that we desire to receive and that we desire to have. Once you go ahead and get that, once you go ahead as well, get The Art of Communication. It is a free digital training video. Well, I'm really talking about really the aspect and how communication really works. Communication is more than just about presentation. Communication is about connection. And here's the question: are you connecting when you're communicating? Right? This is about, hear me, this all these resources that I do have, and whether it's the bestseller book Blueprint, got to talk about that too. It's time for you to write your book in 2024. No excuses this year. It's time for you to maximize your manuscript. Take your manuscript to the marketplace, become an industry authority as an author, to actually, even if you already have books out there, how to increase your marketing to be able to get those books into the hands of the people who are looking for you to show up. AccessIdentity.org/author is also on the EaglesAcademy.com/store. AccessIdentity.org/author. Build your book this year. I'm giving you the strategies of how I've been able to take all 16 of my books. And here it is. Make them all lucrative. How is it that whenever I drop a book, I go number one? It's a strategy to it. Yeah. As you can see here on the YouTube side, you see all the books that are there. Matter of fact, these are not even all the books that are there. 16 of them. Ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies. Showing you how to build your book this year. Take all the strategies that I have used Don't reinvent the wheel. Use what I've done and make it yours. After you write a book, people are going to ask you, what is it that I should say? After you write your book, people are going to ask you to talk about your book, right? And here's the thing, you want to make sure that you go ahead and get my successful speaker strategies. Why? Because here it is. Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Do you understand the connection between communication and compensation? Yeah. You want to make more money? Communicate better. You want your relationships to flourish? Communicate more effectively. Come on. I've learned how to become an advisor, much less a coach and a counselor in these particular crafts to make it work for me. How is it that whenever I'm speaking, I'm able to wow my audience? I'm able, here it is, to be invited back. Yeah. There's a science and a strategy to all of it. You want to be well versed in these soft skills. You want to be well versed in it. Successful speaker strategies. How have I been able to take my words to speak all over the world? Strategies, structure, solutions, systems. What I love about the word system is this: saving you time, energy, money. Don't we all want to do that? We don't want life to be so laborious. Guess what? I cut across the lawn to show you how to make it work for you. Hear me. We got too many gatekeepers out here. They don't want to share with nothing with you. They don't want to give you the jewels. They got the juice and the squeeze. They don't want to give you even a drop of it. They don't even want to give you the sauce. I'm giving it to you. Why? Because it's about creating a longer table than a taller fence. Do I got somebody who's listening to me tonight? We got too many people want to build taller fences and shorter tables, much less not even give you a seat at the table. It's about building a longer table than a taller fence. As I said before, you don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. Come on, join our team. As I said before, the Eagles Academy is the premier community with next level thinkers, with futurists, with innovators, with imaginative individuals. We have trendsetters, we have trailblazers that are in our amazing Eagles Academy. You need to connect to where you desire to go and grow. Go there now, theeaglesacademy.com. Pick up these resources that I mentioned. Yeah. Your ROI is connected to your ROI. Why would I say that? Yeah, your ROI is connected to your ROI. Your return on investment is first connected to you reclaiming our image. You don't get a return on investment unless you invest in yourself, unless you invest in your identity. Yeah, unless you invest in you being created in the image of God. Go there now. It's going to be absolute tremendous blessing to elevate your life. Listen, In the Mix at 6 is out of time, but you know I'm not out of truth. I'm coming back for part 5 of World War Me. Today we dealt with dealing with weapons of mass distraction. If you haven't checked out the series, go back and watch it. Parts 1 through 4. This is going to be available immediately at the conclusion. But I got a number of other series that are out there. I'm serious about the series. His Needs, Her Needs, Purpose Partner, one on narcissism. So much information that is out there. And not just information, methods for implementation. Did anybody get anything out of this tonight? I sure hope so. We're out of time. I'm not out of truth. But like a great rapper by the name of Tupac Shakur said, there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. I want you to know that you are appreciated. And so from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. You know, I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. Yeah. Thank you for rocking with me, riding with me, rolling with me. And you know, we do this each and every single day, weekday that is, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the digital airwaves of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop all the way over to the YouTube side. If you have not done so, make sure you connect with me on the YouTube side. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you're notified of all the insightful content that drops. Follow me on social media, on all the social sites, at EddieConnorJr. Come on, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Keep showing love. You know, I'm going to keep showing up. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, please reach out to me. If you want me to come and speak at your event, your college, your church, your conference, your community center, your school, whatever the case may be, your workshop, holla at me. Invite me. I'd be glad to come and empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your brother from another mother, your main man, 100 grand. Family, it's been fun, but you know, a brother got to run. But as I always say, it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I do want you to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, and brighter. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher.
Hey, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Listen, don't you want to level up in your life? Don't you want to actually dominate this year? You need strategy, you need structure, you need solutions. If you're going to level up in your relationships, you're going to identify your brand identity. If you're going to identify your identity, this is your year to become more. This is your year to do more. I'm telling you, this is the time to grow your greatness. You need to be in a secure environment, in a community that really cares about your growth, that wants to enhance it, wants to push you in a place of not just information, but transformation for your application. I'm telling you, you don't just go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. Join our team. Become a part of the Eagles Academy. Go right now to eaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button and become a member of this amazing academy with so many amazing people, locally and globally, who understand that their network determines their net worth. They want to soar into success and purpose. I can't wait to see your face, not just your space. Go right now to eaglesacademy.com. Yeah.